Alright, so this is how to play Maplestory on the Ayaneo 2. So first things first, I'm using Steam, and with Steam you want to make sure you run it as admin so that it works with Steam input. If you do not run it as admin, then you'll run into issues where it literally just won't work in Maplestory. So you want to set up your controls before you get into the game. Obviously enable Steam input because this is the way that it's going to make it work. And yeah, so let me go to the layout. Basically the philosophy, if you see my other videos, literally your main attacks and main skills like movement skills, I put jump on A. You put those things on these buttons right here, and then like you could put them on your triggers and your bumpers for, you know, just easy access. Things like buffs and menu buttons and stuff like that, you can put it on the right analog stick so that you flick and then that'll be a buff, down will be a buff, up will be a buff, and then press it in for a toggle, you know, stuff like that. That's the philosophy for me. This is actually my wife's layout, still trying to figure it out for her. Directional pad, obviously you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are literally just buffs because she plays Ho Young, so she has a lot of skills. That's what we're working with. So, but basically you go to the buttons. Here you can choose like the kind of behavior. You go into it and then you can just select where the buttons are. So like this is jump, A will be jump. I'll choose the space bar and then boom, that's it. You do that for all the buttons on the controllers, and that's basically how it works. And like I said, make sure you use the right analog stick. You could have it as a mouse, but to be honest, I feel like with the touchscreen, you don't necessarily need to do that. And for a class like Ho Young that has so many skills, I personally would want to use all the real estate I have. So I'll turn this into buffs and stuff like that. And then once your layout is set up, you're good to go. And then make sure Steam input is enabled. Then you go back and then you can play the game. But like I said, you got to make sure that you run as admin, otherwise it might not work. All right, so now that we're in the game, to make sure that it's working, you just move your directional pad, your arrow keys. And if it's not working, then you got to close Steam and Maplestory and then run as admin and try again. So it's not working for me, I'm just going to close it. Obviously run as admin and then just play Maple. And then as you can see, the arrow keys are working. There you go, Maplestory is working on the Ayaneo. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, if you play this game, your handheld PC, or you're thinking about it. And yeah, until the next video, we out. Peace.